you tell us something about from Welcome to Chinatown? How did the contribution from Aquafina happen?
So it was by complete surprise. We saw it when everybody else did, and it was just a really wonderful thing to see. I think if there's anything that we've learned through this experience so far since starting 6 months ago, it's when the community comes together, and especially when you have people that come, with influence, it can really be powerful and change a lot of things for a lot of people. And her donation and her story was a perfect example of that. It was able to drive a lot more eyeballs onto our initiative, but also just more general awareness of what's happening in Chinatown. It helps us get us closer to our goal for our grant that we hope to distribute within the next month or so. But I think it really was just an example of somebody who stands up for their identity, for their Asian American identity, and is using it towards good. And I think that's the commonality that we all have, is that we're so proud of the neighborhood that we come from, or our identity, and it's just wanting to apply it towards a greater thing. So it was still approachable to them and understandable, without causing an added layer of stress that they were already going through, having been through the pandemic. And so that was done through programs like Greens for Good, which was buying produce from an Asian-owned small business and donating the produce to our senior community. Right now we're focused on the Longevity Fund. This is our grant program where we have an ambitious goal of raising $200,000 to be distributed as $5,000 grants to 40 different Chinatown businesses. And the reason why we started the Longevity Fund is because, again, we saw there was this kind of inequity within Chinatown small businesses where they weren't able to apply for PPP because they didn't know it existed, or the language barriers got in the way. By the time that maybe they filled it out, the funds were depleted. And so we established this as a way for the small businesses within the community to directly benefit.